ladies and gentlemen, Lord Exsus here, and I'd like to welcome you back to Dragon Age Origins. Not much to say for the recap. We were still stuck in Lothering last time, and doing a few bits and pieces there. So yeah, we want to clear the quest in Lothering and move on. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm just going to load straight in. Not with this character, with our character, Exsus. Had a little play about with a different one. Yeah, this is the safe fast. Let's go. Okay, this is exactly where I left you guys. And the quick recap is we have literally just took the Qunari Sten out of his cage there, and we've done a few little bits and pieces in Lothering. Now what I want to do here in Lothering is I want to get as much done as possible, get it all cleared, because after we're done with Lothering, we aren't coming back here, ever. The Darkspawn is almost upon us, and the Darkspawn Horde, so we're going to get what we can done. So I'm just going to have a little recap myself. We've got the Chanter's board, some bandits, and a guy wants us to make some poison for him. So that's all well and good. We just have a little look around. There is somewhere we can get some flasks from, I believe. If I look through my inventory, we have one flask. We need to get some more, and I can't remember if anyone sells any, but if I remember rightly, I do know where some are located. Let's go over here. I think there's some people having an argument over here.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Oh, I see what's happening here. You're selling goods back to people during the blight, charging them a lot of money. Why would I want to help you?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets. There's been so many of these men lately. Heartless opportunists, all.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
I see. Number 4, you don't think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
I'm gonna give him a bit of persuasion. I think you can compromise and still make a profit, no?
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
A fine compromise.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
I can't help but agree with Morrigan a little bit on this, and as you can see in the bottom left there, Leliana approves, Morrigan disapproves. So this is something we're going to have to deal with. First things first, just going to change over to Leliana. I didn't cast that spell, my character did.
It's done.
Take some stuff out of here, and out of here. Now, I've played a lot of this now on Xbox One, Xbox 360, and yeah, I've figured out just how important things like crafting and that are. You're going to be lacking health potions and so on and so forth. And since the game is nuts hard, even on the casual difficulty, which reminds me, when I created a different profile on here, I changed the difficulty to normal. That is not going to be happening considering this game is literally nuts hard on easy anyway, especially later. So, and there's a lot of game to cover. So, there you go, 6 flasks. I will take them because the guy who wanted venom needed X amount. Now, spells and talents is on that section. Skills is on this one. I have herbalism. Who has poison making? Is that Morgan? Sorry, wrong one. Nope. Perhaps Liliana. Yes, she does. So I need to get myself at least 3 toxic extracts to make that guy's poison. I do apologise, guys, going through the menus, but there's going to be... I'm going to have to play this a lot smarter than I've played before, because there's going to be a lot of work required later. So, anyway, let's talk to this guy.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something?
I am indeed. Let's see what you have.
Just don't buy everything up.
Let's have a look. Toxic extract, that'll do nicely. Thank you, sir. I will purchase 3. Nothing I want to currently sell. I'm going to look at every time I get a decent set of new equipment, I'm going to look at re-equipping my characters, including giving them second weapon sets, because they'll switch between them automatically in combat anyway. So that was that. Let's pause that there. Beautiful. Liliana's created that, so if we go back to the tavern, we can give the guy his poison. Just a general quest. We are going to do more hunting outside here. I do plan to get Lothering, however you want to pronounce that, completely done in this first video. Or sorry, second video, because we've already been in Lothering for one video. Beautiful graphical glitch again. Don't know if you guys are seeing that, but hey. Okay. Balin.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I have what you asked for.
Splendid. If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah. Enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey?
You crazy old motherfucker. Right. Let's see. I don't think there is, but let's see. I could be wrong. Is there anyone else in here that requires help? It's Bard.
Please, I must continue playing, else I earn no coin tonight.
Nope, there is, doesn't seem to be... Denal.
You're gonna make more trouble? We've about all we can stand in Lothering now.
Sorry about the mess.
They had it coming, and they were trouble enough themselves. So long as you don't start more, I won't get excited. Right then, name's Denal. Sorry I can't chat much. As you see, we've a full house.
That's okay. I also noticed there's a massive bottle of what looks to be wine you have there, sir. Are you a pisshead? Have you heard any rumours?
It's not just Darkspawn and the Horde, you know that? There are people with them. Folks who are sick with the blight, and their minds are all twisted and mad. I heard tell of a man meeting his own brother on the field, yet when he called out to him, his brother didn't even recognize him and just attacked. Anything else I can get you?
Trust me, mate. What the Darkspawn Horde do, his own brother attacking him, that's mild. This game gets considerably. I mean, it's dark and quite nasty already. It gets considerably worse. I'll be going. I don't need to know who those men I fought were. I know who they are. They're Terran Logain's men. Man who wishes us dead. Right. I know I came in here, which had a random corpse. Cook, she isn't going to do anything for us. What's over here? Pile of sacks. Deep mushroom, I shall take. Right. Let's move on. So nothing else in the pub.
So what does a dark spawn look like anyhow? Have you ever seen one?
Can't say I want to.
Well, probably done.
Right, so if we go to journal, we have the Chanter's board. Just weed out the bandits. So there's going to be bandits in the fields over here. And now I will at least put on the rock skin. Stone skin, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the first few are over here. So yeah, I am going to pause the game and do combat this way. It'll take a lot longer, but it'll be a lot more precise.
Let's do this quickly, shall we?
Right, Alistair's getting his ass kicked, so move in. Blast them all with fire. Yeah, Alistair's going to need some healing, so back myself up a little bit. Also found out, of course, that you can heal yourself, so that makes everything just a little bit better. So that's those guys dealt with, but there is one archer left.
Too easy.
Nope, didn't mean to do that one. Have some lightning, pal. Beautiful. Just what we wanted. So yeah, at least being able to pause the game as such allows easy, decent control of the battlefield. So that's handy. I don't think any of them seem to drop anything, no. I see none of the sparkles coming out of them that signifies that they have indeed dropped anything. Nope. Okay, so that's one set of bandits. Oh, this guy did.
Yes.
Got some money. Got round here. This is what we've got round here. Never nice. Giant spiders. Nice and tame at the moment. I just pause that again. How's the battle going? Alistair's taking a bit of damage. That looks like that arrow. Oh no, she's timed it. Okay, that's going to miss me. I do like this whole thing of the battlefield where you can just pan the camera, move between characters. Looks very nice while everyone's attacking and stuff. I have taken a little bit of damage, so I'll just heal that up. Good thing I'd done that before they decided they wanted to munch on me a little bit. Okay, they're dealt with. Now, if we didn't find that guy to buy venom from, I believe, yeah, spiders obviously have toxic extracts, so as long as we had enough flasks, we could have made the potions and stuff with them. I don't intend to make too many venoms, but they do come in very handy. You have to prepare them onto your weapons beforehand if you wish to do that. It's mainly a sort of rogue thief thing. That's why Leliana is very good for it, because that's kind of the role she plays in the party. But I will be looking out mainly for elf root and later the higher plants that make potions. What is this? Death root. Have some of that. It's going to be, the inventory management is going to be hard. I'm not going to sell or get rid of anything from here. as of the moment. So there's one set of bandits there, one set of bandits there. We'll go for the ones over here first. We'll stay close to the shoreline. Or the river line, sorry.
Going.
Right, let's get in there because Alistair's going to take a beating. Let's actually help him out. Get you some healing, buddy. There we go. Alistair is going to be my tank from this point on, so I can't do the auto level up thing. I don't think that's an option in this anyway, unless you're at camp. But yeah. I'm going to make sure he is tanky as fuck. Especially if I end up travelling mainly with Morrigan and the others. And heal myself. That was nice one, Alistair. And let's deal with this guy. Yeah, freeze him up. He can't do shit then. Nice one. Good. I do like how the visual effects stay for your sustained stuff in Dragon Age. It makes cutscenes interesting when it doesn't glitch out. Like, I've got all this power here coming off my character. That's not mine either. I put the stone skin thing on. Power I've got coming off me, I believe, is Leliana's. What's she got sustained on us? Oh yeah, Song of Valor, a bard song. The bard sings an ancient tale of valorous heroes, granting the party bonuses to mana or stamina, depending on whether you're a mage or warrior. In order to not make... I can't do that, but Leliana can. Another iron dagger, beautiful. And a large round wooden shield. And while I'm here, I'm going to try not to do this too much with the inventory system, but it's going to be inevitable in my gameplays. I'm going to have to... Canary thickened helmet, she can have that. That's going to make her strong. I'm going to have to equip characters with bits and pieces. It's going to be inevitable, so... Go to her second weapon slot. I'm going to give her an enchanted dagger and another dagger in the second tier slot. Well, actually, no, to be fair, you take a disadvantage when you first dual wield weapons. When you first dual wield weapons in this game. The second one is at a complete disadvantage, and the first one becomes a little bit weaker. It's very Dungeons and Dragons. Very Dungeons and Dragons. So with that being the case, I'm not going to give her that, but it also means her computer-controlled character, when I'm not playing as her, if I look over at her battle tactics, they're not unlocked yet, to be fair. I need to unlock a tactic slot. It means when she's computer-controlled, she has the ability herself to switch over between weapon slots and can go to melee if enemies get too close to her, which is what I want. I will be getting rid of some bits and pieces. Some things I will be selling, like Bulwark of the True King, stuff like that. These extra, like Blood Dragon Plate, I try and find if we can stash them somewhere. I don't think the party camp has a stash menu, which is a little bit annoying. If I remember rightly, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Right, so, Alistair, since you're going to be our tank, we already have some heavy chainmail stuff compared to what you have. So, we're going to equip you with it. Heavy chainmail boots. Wait a minute, what are you wearing? Oh, you've got +1 to armor but less defense. Heavy chainmail armor. It's better than what you've got. There we go, sir. And again, I will try and not do this as much as possible on the gameplays, but it's not going to be that possible because you're going to earn stuff in battle. We're going to be going for long periods of time, so you're going to have to see me go through the inventory system. But then again, this is what role-playing games are. If you didn't want to see this, you wouldn't be watching already. Nope. The defense quality in that is not better. The current shield I have is better. Good. Some bits and pieces I will be selling. Not quite yet. There is nothing better for my mage. Although, no, because the boots I had are Fade Striders, so they're +1 to magic. I want to keep them. Unfortunately, if I remember rightly, there's not a lot of good stuff for mage in its entirety in this game at all. Up until later in Denerim, where you go to the Elven Alienage, at which point you do find some stuff. Right, the next bandit's going to be around here, so we'll just go deal with them. Right, hit the Mabaris first.
Time to play.
Right, cool. Right, Alice is getting in there again, as usual. Let's burn everybody up. Beautiful. Both me and Alistair have taken a little bit of damage there, so I'm fine. They're mainly aiming at him, so let's get Alistair some healing. Get in here. Oh, I want to get closer. There we go. Pause that. Let's use some necromancy to just drain a little bit of health off this guy. Beautiful. And they're all down. So it says in the bottom left corner there, it's very small, you couldn't see it. Quest updated. So we'll go back to the Chanter's board. Let's just pick the bodies. Pick them clean. Because there'll be more stuff for us to do after this.
Alright.
Okay. That was nice, fairly simple and straightforward. Once you pause the battles and actually take your time to tactically plan them out, it's all very straightforward. As you can probably notice as well, if you paused it, it is very easy to switch between characters, and you can literally micromanage the whole battle. It's something that obviously PC gamers have been used to doing for years, and they're really in-depth RPGs. I don't always like it. I try to stick to just playing as my guy, but it's not 100% possible. You need to micromanage when it's a large-scale battle.
I'm wondering, Morrigan, do you believe in the Maker?
Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such that I must place my faith in tales so that I may sleep at night.
But this can't all be an accident. Spirits, magic, all these wondrous things around us, both dark and light. You know these things exist.
The fact of their existence does not presuppose an intelligent design by some absentee father figure.
So it is all random then. A happy coincidence that we are all here.
Attempting to impose order over chaos is futile. Nature is, by its very nature, chaotic.
I don't believe that. I believe we have a purpose. All of us.
Yours, apparently, being to bother me.
Very well said, Morrigan and Liliana. Very good points to the argument. I just wanted to listen to that. Right, let's talk to Chanter Devons.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Okay, so we got our reward for our quest. I believe this young lad will explain to us what's wrong with him.
We found someone sleeping in our fields, in the hay.
Okay or not?
So many strangers are about now.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses.
Ah, here we go.
My hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Greetings. You don't talk much, do you?
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's Chanter Devons.
What's a chanter?
One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board, has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
It's like a vow of silence. He can't talk normally.
Unless it's the chant of light, no.
And so Rajmael in the heathen temple recanted. Speak only the word, sing only the chant, then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste.
Have anything interesting on that board? I was going to insult him, but...
Champions of the just.
Okay. Okay. Lovely, beautiful. And the Chanter's board's lit back up, so what we got? When bears attack, I'll have that. On behalf of Thed the farmer and his departed son, I ascribe this missive. As the Maker is my witness, I should charge those with knowledge of arms and armour to brave the dangers of the northern wood to find a family of bears that mauled and killed the boy Eneth. For they are an ambition in the Maker's abomination in the Maker's sight, and their hides would prove great comfort to the northern farms and solace to Thed's family. Cool, cool. What we got here? Lone boy in the village and his mother, good wife Sarah, is missing. That's the boy we talked to in the last video. So accept both of them. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so as with the last video, I was talking about how inventory management becomes a thing. I know it's boring as hell for you guys, but yeah, it's going to become problematic throughout the game. You can increase it to 100, I believe, because there's certain places throughout this world that sell different backpacks, so on and so forth. Yeah, it becomes problematic, but it is necessary to have as certain things on me at a time. Okay, so yeah, let's go and do them. Just taking them both up, so now become active. So we have to find the boy's mother. I told him to go and stand by the chantry, if I remember rightly, in the last video. So good wife Sarah, and there's a bear or bears on the loose. So I believe good wife Sarah is over here. We now have a wolves. Oh, we have two lots of wolves. That's not good. This could go badly very quickly. Oh, lots of wolves everywhere. I'm going to back my ass out a little bit. Alistair is taking some shiz. I don't expect to get that close to take them on both at once. That's fine. It's not going as badly as I thought. Okay. Catch you both on fire. Give myself a little bit of a heal. Okay, so that's what happens when you kite two sets of enemies by accident instead of just one. I ran a little too far forward, but then again, it may have been possible. It looked like they were coming in anyway. I may have not been able to avoid that.
Yes.
Right. So that's all the stuff off the wolves, and her body is here. You found the body of the boy's mother and removed and have recovered her keepsake. Okay, so that's one thing. I believe we go around this way to find the bears. They were where the spiders were before, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong. No, I'm not wrong. Roughly where they are. Okay. So yeah, no need to really pause that much here. I am going to heal myself again. I guess I didn't give myself enough time before the last fight. There we go. Beautiful. So now me and Alistair have leveled up, so I'll take care of that now. Box in the bottom right was telling us about specializations. I currently am just a mage. Specializations are here to the right. I did briefly discuss them in another video, but specializations for a mage are shapeshifter, spirit healer, arcane warrior, and blood mage. I have one specialization point. Yet you have to reach certain parts in the game and talk to certain people to unlock them. I know where all bar one is for the mage. Anyway, going back to here, I want my magic to go up by 1. Cunning 16 should be the max, so I'll have that go up by 1, and willpower will go up by 1. I believe once cunning's at 16, I don't need to put it up anymore, if I remember rightly. And I'm going to give myself star focus, which is a passive. Yeah, direct attacks with a mage staff, gaining a permanent bonus to basic attacks. It's a nice little passive there. Nothing too amazing, extraordinary, but yeah. So I just want to go back into my character. How do we... I can't remember on the PC anyway. Yeah, it's on skills. Yes. Master Coercion, being able to talk anyone into anything, only requires that I be 16 cunning, so I now have that. So anyway, right. Alistair, let's level you up, buddy. So you are going to require... I'm going to give you a few points in Constitution, because Constitution specifically is literally health. That's all I'm going to give you for now. You are not designed to do the damage. You're designed to keep the enemy off us. That is what I'm designing you as. Pure tank. So, that being said... yeah, we're going to give you standard warrior, precise striking. You already have threaten. I don't know if Alistair turns that on automatically. I am going to have a look. Threaten is on. Oh, it's not necessarily on, but I want it to be on most of the time. So... oh, we have changed party directly from the menu here. That's different. Tactics. Right. Alistair. Target condition. Enemy health 90% or below. Behavior. Shield bash. Active shield cover. I don't know how to... I don't know much about the tactics thing. Or the behavior thing. I let it kind of auto set when I was playing it on console. I want threaten to be a thing. I will get more slots. No, I don't want to save it. That'll stay like that now. Yeah, so Alistair will automatically use that. Although that may... I might actually change that back, because early on that's going to cause him... I don't need him to threaten immediately. I know that is active mode. Threaten. No, do you know what? We're going to leave it on. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if he can pull enough threat for me. Anyway, those two quests have been sorted. Sorry guys about going through different things. I'm not necessarily 100% spot on with. Even though I've played and completed this game in the past, it's... I haven't spent a lot of time messing around with some of the intricate bits, like the tactics, because if you play the game in a certain way, especially on console, you can kind of let the computer characters do their own thing within reason. It doesn't make the game too hard at end game if you don't, but hey. Anyway, let's get back to Chanter Devons.
Let him take notice and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work this day. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
Thank you, Chanter Devons. That's good. So, journal. We have the Blight. we have the Kakario Wilds. So I've only got one thing from the Kakario Wilds, which I have to wait to get to Redcliffe before I can deliver the lockbox to Jetta. Obviously the premium content stuff, Sepulture's Pass, and the other DLCs will, because I've got the Ultimate Edition, Witch Hunt, and all that other good stuff will become unlocked as and when it can be, which I believe a lot of it's after the end of the game. So yeah, nothing else to do here. I'm just going to take one last look in the Chantry before we move on. Actually, I'll take one last look at the map before we move on. Chantry, Chanter's Board, down to Dane's Refuge, which is the tavern, which there's nothing in there. No one else highlighted as being an important person to talk to.
Huh.
Just have a little look around. I won't specifically talk to anyone. Missed this. Liliana, if you'd be so kind. My guy loves casting that stone skin on himself when he... Ah, it requires a key. So no, she can't. And how would I find such key? But that requires you to somehow get it off the revered mother. Chantry. What about this one, Liliana? This one you can do. Bronze symbol of Andraste, it's a gift. Okay. Okay. Bookshelves. That was a codex update. Just going to mark them all as read. Again, I'm not going to read them all to you. There is a fuck ton of lore in this game. All of the way until the end of this game, you will be finding books and stuff to tell you. Not about just a given situation, but the lore of this world in a whole. I mean, there's literally, there's probably about, if I'm honest, there's probably a good 5 hours, 6 hours worth of literal reading stuff if you want to find out about the lore of this world. Obviously, your first playthrough, you're going to do it as you go along. It's obvious, but I'm not going to ask her for something again because she seemed non-happy the fact that we were Grey Wardens. These chests cannot be accessed. Okay. Well, I think we're done in Lothering. I think it's time to make our way out. I don't think there's anyone else here who requires our assistance. And we've done what we can. So we'll leave Lothering by the exit to the Imperial Highway, which is
Why
up.
do you always go on about how stupid I am? I'm not stupid, am I?
If you need to ask the question,
Because it hurts my manly feelings, you know. Or one of them.
then I'll be sure to write you an apology once all of this is over.
I was educated by the Chantry. I studied history. They don't make stupid Templars.
Then I must have been mistaken. I'm very impressed.
No, you're not. You're not even listening to me.
My, you are smarter than you look after all. Your Chantry must have been very proud.
See that Morrigan and Alistair are never going to get on.
Yes, of course.
Some split mail gloves. Nut chest. It is a bit of a pain. You have to keep switching characters for them to do their individual things, but that is the way it goes. So, we're moving on. Time to we have one more little bit of trouble before we leave here. This group of farmers.
Done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me. I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
Yeah. Attack! Ah! That guy makes me laugh. Okay. Number 5. Okay, that's getting a bit of a clusterfuck in there. Alright, let's get a better view of this. Okay. I'm gonna burn these guys again. None of my guys are taking too much damage. Oh, did not mean to become Morrigan. Right, so Leliana's probably taking the most damage, so I'll give her a quick heal. That's how unimportant these guys are. Guys, I'm not even looking at them while they're slicing me. Okay. That's a thing that happened. That wasn't too taxing.
All right.
Take some lyrium potions. They'll become very handy for me later. Oh, what's that? Oh, we had another graphical glitch. The ground turning red patches. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at that. You hit at a certain angle, you see where they died. Huh. Okay. Beautiful. What is this? 9 death magic. No, I don't want that on. Wonder why the area around me was swirling. So I'll go and collect up these elf roots over here. Always handy. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay, let's get out.
Someone help us!
Ooh. Darkspawn. Ooh, shit the bed. I got severely hurt there. Letting that alpha, that Genlock Alpha or whatever it was, or Herlock Alpha, really give me some shit. Didn't even look at my health bar. Should have definitely done that. More graphical glitches. Fuck you, game. Little guy over here as well. There we go.
Yes.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
I doubt you'd want to travel with a Grey Warden.
Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offense, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune, though.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Cool. A nice dwarven guy there we managed to save.
Huh.
Okay, so just pick up all the loot here and then we'll be on our way. What was that? Malefica and reagents. Blood mage. What's a blood mage doing here? So look at that. Where did that come under? Quest related. I won't go back. Let them hunt and dread finding me. But you, Melis, should not live this life. It would please me if you found a life in the Circle Tower. I left a few things there, mostly stolen from the enchanters. Sell them to fund a new path. The cash is in the study area. Middle alcove. Goodbye. Belgrus. Okay, so we will at some point be returning to the Circle, so I'm assuming that is our direction for that. Okay. I said I won't be doing a lot of reading, and I won't be doing a lot of reading. But anyway, onward. We are done with Lothering. Let's move on. That was unpleasant.
Bad dreams, huh?
It seemed so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The Archdemon, is it that dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
New quest, enchantment, Soldier's Peak. This is all the DLC stuff. So, King's Confidence. Right. So, there's a few things to do here. Number one, you can talk to your party, see how they feel about you, gain morale that way, which I will be doing. First of all, let's look at the guys over here.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennec, at your service once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
You're free to stay, just mind yourselves.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Okay, so although I have some runes...
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
what enchantment does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Okay then. Yeah, let's have a look.
Enchantment!
Don't think I have any weapons that can... Oh, Oathkeeper. Well, I think it's a quest. Yeah, side quest to actually do it. So, let's give it a lightning rune. Accept. Yeah, it was. Completed quest. And I'll go and see if any of my other characters will have... We can actually do that from here. See if they require... Okay, so King's Confident. Okay, don't know what that one is. The King's Confident. No. Let's see if Alistair or anyone else wants to use Oathkeeper. It is a little bit better. We'll actually give him that. Pretty sure I added an electricity rune to that, right? Yeah, +2 electricity damage. Doesn't seem to be appearing. Usually you get sparks of electricity come off, but maybe that's because it was a novice rune or something. Who knows? Right, let's go across. We need to equip other people. Not the dog. Sten, you have nothing. Right. Alright, so you can have heavy chainmail. Use some splint mail gloves because we have nothing else at the moment, and boots. And you are a two-handed sword wielder, so we'll give you a great sword. You don't need a shield. I knew there was a reason I kept that back. The Lion's Paw leather boots, I think they would be best with Leliana, because she's just got normal leather boots. Yes. Go. So you get the bonus, the bonus of +1 armor, plus 10% to dodge. Technically, if we're going for Leliana's second weapon slot, nah, she's a dex-based character, so we're not going to give her the sword. Okay, and the dog we can do nothing with for now. Beautiful. Everyone's equipped. So if I do need to... the sword is emitting electricity. I saw it from all the way over here. I just couldn't see it in the character screen. Good. Cool. Right, I'm now going to sell off bits I don't need.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
Let me see your words. Actually, let's listen to what he has to say.
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there too, merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
So why did you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
What happened then?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tides. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold. I
see.
The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
And now here you are.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Yeah, let me see your wares, Bowden.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay, so what have I got to sell? Right, I'm going to get rid of some of the salves that I don't need, because I need to make space. Yeah. Yeah, we'll sell the salves. Anything that's not mainstream poisons and stuff, like things like metal shards, they make nothing. So again, I'm not going to be doing a lot of poisons, and if I need to, I can buy them later. Deathroot makes poison. Deep mushroom I'm going to keep. They are actually become useful. I have no need for more daggers. I've equipped the party with what they need so far. I'm going to keep Bregan's bow. I no longer need those iron gloves. That armor. No longer need the chainmail armor. I've got to keep that for a long time. The blood dragon plate. Don't need these shields. I really want to keep that for Alistair later. Don't need the chantry robes. Don't need the robe, the clothing. Gold scythe, 490 black. As a type of perfume. And these are all gifts. And a small fire crystal. Don't want that. The gifts I'm now going to give away, and gifts are to help gain approval with companions. And for this playthrough's benefit, I am going to be trying, or am going to be romancing Morrigan. So we're going to go talk to her next.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother has been doing this for a long time then?
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. Indeed, you could learn the spells required if I cared to teach you.
I see. I've never heard of magic like that before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the Chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
Yeah, good to know. By practitioners, you mean apostates? It's good. Such traditions should be preserved.
I'm shocked that you think so. Being a mage of the circle as you were. But perhaps you felt a little like a caged bird as well, caught within that dark tower.
Maybe a little.
I thought so.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Maybe tied to a flagpole and tickled. I think your abilities sound quite useful.
Oh, you're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you? But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Lest the dust gather on us. Okay, so that made her approve, +6, but we're going to go more in depth now.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to discuss something personal.
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Never mind. Okay, maybe I'm not. I'm not. There's no other dialogue options. Usually dialogue options like kiss her and other things become available as the game goes on, and you get benefits from having Morrigan and other party members fall in love with you. But one thing we can do is this: go across to Morrigan and give her. Use the gift on her.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Right, I'm only going to give her that one. As you can see, there's this the approval bar down here between disliking you and loving you. I'm going to give other gifts to other people. I want Alistair to be my best mate.
I could get used to this, you know.
Wow, plus 10. And he's going to love the symbol of Undra. And Leliana, she's going to like the symbol of Andraste, probably. Yes.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
Sten is insanely hard early on to get him to open up to anything. So Morrigan done a plus 5, but I already got plus 6 from talking to her. Alistair and Leliana both plus 10. And this is what this last bit of the video is going to be, guys. I'm not going to lie to you, there is going to be no more action, because after we go from here, we have to make our way to the, well, I'm going to go back to the Circle Tower, because now we have to go and take our treaties. But let's get to know the people around camp a little bit more.
Why are we stopping?
I'd like to, we're working together. I think I should get to know you. We're working together. I think I should get to know you.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Yeah, this guy is gonna make it really hard for us. Are you alright? You're in a cage for weeks.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
I've never seen a Canary before. Tell me about your people.
No.
Just straight up, no. Why not?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
You said you were in an army.
I am.
What made you want to become a soldier?
Decide. I am a Sten of the Beresad. I did not choose to be who I am any more than you did.
Why would the Qunari send soldiers here?
The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Qunari. We are how my people know the world.
Doesn't that make your view of things a little skewed?
Compared to what?
You might learn more about people if you weren't hostile.
What does anyone truly know of the world? The world changes. We change. The Antam observe what we can, just as you do. There is no point to this. We are keeping the Darkspawn waiting.
What's your hurry?
What a strange language you speak. You say hurry, where I would say duty.
Never mind, let's keep moving. We're not going to get much from him. Yeah, literally disapproves, +1. Christ, I'm going to have to throw some gifts at Sten later. He is wound up so tight, he has disappeared up his own arsehole. Okay, Leliana.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
Is it just me, or does it look like that sword on her back's made of wood when we're close up to it? Have a little look in a minute. What then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, There is hope and beauty. Have faith.
Okay. And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
The Chantry says the Maker has... the Blight is punishment. No, I'm not going to say that. Chantry says the Maker has left us, though. I suppose I couldn't sit by either. Sorry, take the nicest option.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a Blight to stop.
Okay, she approves. Only +2. Finally, we'll quickly do Alistair.
What do you need?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
He was like a father to you, I understand.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
That Mabari needs to shut the hell up. There's no need to apologise.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
What about other Grey Wardens?
I don't know. I have no idea what the Grey Wardens do for them when they fall in battle. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
I've lost enough to know what you're going through. We'll just leave it there.
Yes, I imagine you really have, haven't you? Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Maybe I'll go to Highover with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Cool, so Alistair approves. Now where is the dog? Guarding the road.
Oh, why, you little...
Your
Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
There's hardly any blood drawn. Still, he shouldn't have.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Yeah.
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Are you scaring my dog, Alistair? Number 3.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
This dog is stupidly intelligent. And I just remembered, you can't interact or try and get any more loyalty with your dog because it 100% loves you anyway. So yeah. Right, well I've run out of time for this video, guys. I hate to leave it here because we didn't get that much. We just done some stuff in Lothering and then we come to camp and kind of trying to talk to everybody to try and smooth things over with everybody. Going well with most of the characters apart from Sten. Sten is going to be a mission. I'm just going to have to wait until I collect a shit ton of gifts and then butter him up that way. The rest of the characters I'm just going to talk to every time I come back to camp. We're going to get that romance thing going with Morrigan. Because all the romances end up paying off, but you can only... you can kind of only really keep one going at one time, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, we had that very weird dream at the beginning when we first set up camp. When we first got here to this point. we saw the Archdemon again, which is that fuck off black dragon, skeletal dragon, and yeah, and now got to gear up and get ready to move on to the first of the major quest lines, which for me will be the Circle Tower. I'll go to the Circle of Magi, to the place we originally came from at the start of the game, before we became a Grey Warden, to see what's going on there and to see if they will give us aid. So yeah, that'll be the next video. So anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. As usual, I've enjoyed playing, and as always, I am Lord Exsus, and I'll see you guys in the next video. In a bit.